Hey there, all, and welcome to video 3 on this fundraising success series. And this is probably the most important part when it comes to people. You know, volunteering is hard. It really is, because there's a lot of struggles with it. You see, volunteers get asked again and again to, well, volunteer for your needs. Yeah. And there's usually like way too many or way too few people doing way too much work. There's also usually a lack of clear guidance. Yeah, the tasks you give your volunteers are probably not broken down as much as they need to be. And that creates confusion and frustration. And because of that, volunteers feel like they're doing things 2 or 3 times sometimes, or they feel really underappreciated. Yeah. And because of that, there's some pretty big impacts of not being systemized when it comes to your volunteering. So events really do collapse without enough helpers, and it creates poor morale and fewer helpers next time. Those supporters that have been with you lose you lose their trust and in the group's leadership. And that's not something that you want at all. And because of that, fundraising gets this reputation and it suffers within your communities. There's nothing worse than a community taking on too much and then not being able to pull off what they say they're going to pull off. So how do you prevent this? Well, you want to organize your fundraiser with intention and have clear, simple roles. For instance, if you're doing an event, you want to have someone who is specifically in charge of the marketing, the sales, the setups, the promotion, and the sponsors. Now, this can be divided between a couple people, but really, you need to have one lead, and they need to have a plan. Because without a plan, the Boy Scouts knew it all along. You have to have a plan. Plan ahead. If you don't plan, you plan to fail. So what you want to do is match the job to the people's strengths. You're not going to give a 70-year-old the job of marketing on the internet if they've never done it before, if they're no good at it. Not that 70-year-olds can't be. It's just that that's probably not something that they're going to do. You want to give it to somebody who's younger, who has the skill set. On top of that, you're going to want to give them videos just like this, or give them training just like this, and support them. Yeah, what do they need to be actually successful? Because if you're not giving them the tools, it's not a failure on their part, it's a failure on your part. So we got to be accountable while we're doing this. And then, on top of that, have you ever volunteered for something and nobody even said thank you? I see it all the time. You want to recognize their contributions after the event. It's super, super important. So at a normal event, you're going to have a few volunteer roles. You're going to have ticket sales and a front door team. You might have a catering team or a food layout team. You might have promotion, social media helpers, that type of things. Oh, sponsorship coordinators. That's a big one. Or grant writers, if maybe you're doing an event that requires a grant, and they do exist. What about event night ushers, cleanup crew? What about event follow-up? Volunteers really are the engine of success for fundraisers, and by having clear roles and understanding what they actually need, it's going to prevent so much stress, so much confusion, and it's just really, really much better for your event. So always remember that happy, recognized volunteers that have clear goals equals repeat success. And that's the goal of these fundraisers. In closing, I want to thank you for watching Module 3. Next, we're going to talk about ticket sales and strategies to sell those tickets made simple. As always, you can contact me at jesselewishypnosis@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to help you out with your fundraiser. Thanks so much. See you in the next video.